Good morning, my lovelies. So, this past weekend was Father's Day, and I don't know about you, but for me, spending time with my dad, talking to him, and wishing everybody that I know, my ex-partner, the father of my children, and everything, a happy Father's Day, ended up bringing up a lot of emotions. And so I got a download this morning, and I know this is true. It's not something that is a revelation. It just was a revelation to me. Just this morning, I was like, a lot of people are living in the past, because I've been vibing very high. I've been moving, setting goals and pushing towards them, and trying to view the past in a healthy way as lessons to be learned and things that I preordained from my higher self for me to experience in this lifetime, which is what we're doing when we choose, our incarnation. It's to learn things and have experiences, in this human form. And so, but I was thinking about all these things from the past, the hopes and dreams that, my parents had for me, and people were talking to me about their dads, especially people that lost their dad, one person in particular, and how they feel like their dad was a horrible father, and yet they feel like they're just like their dad. Unfortunately, this person doesn't have children. Fortunately or unfortunately, I honestly feel like if they had children, they would have matured a lot more by this point in their lives. But anyway, they feel like they're just like their dad, and everything. It just hit me this morning. People are not, normal, like everyday people are not out there setting the past to rest or appreciating it for what it truly is. They're dwelling in it as though it were quicksand, that they're stuck in, and they can't, they have no strategies for overcoming it. And I was like, wow, so this is all coming up for me as this is a real test for me, because I was in this morning, I was like, oh, my dad, and this, they're still living in a, well, they're older, and the past is, there's nothing wrong with, you have not done anything wrong in a cosmic sense. Let's say, for instance, you've made what the world consider mistakes. Okay, that's fine. First of all, everybody makes them, and second of all, we do that for a reason. What a lot of people are not doing is, after the thing happens, is saying, what do I actually want to change about how that went down, so that I will be a better version of myself. They kind of just make it like that's their identity. Like, I'm a bad person, or I can't do anything right, or I'll never make it, or they use something that happened in the past to say who they are now and who they're going to be, I don't know, for always or something. Who knows? And no, it's fine. We make mistakes. We do things so supposedly wrong. We're just here living. None of us yet have this 100% figured out. We're working through it. It's like a puzzle that you're trying to put together. You might have to try 5 different pieces before you find the one that fits. But that is the process. So mistakes are part of the process. They're part of how we put together the puzzle of our lives and complete what's going to be a beautiful image. And we're slowly working towards that. And I know when I work on a puzzle, I'm sure anybody who I love puzzles, I do hardly get to do them because it's so time consuming. But it takes time and it takes patience, and you can't be afraid to try different things. Imagine you sat there and you're like, well, I need to look at the table and I'm not going to pick up a piece until and try it until I know for certain it's the right one. That doesn't happen. That puzzle will never ever come together with that kind of apprehension and timid and not willing to make a mistake. You have to be willing to make mistakes, but then you have to be willing to actually move on from them. So discard that. That wasn't it. That may go somewhere else. Let me sort through the puzzle pieces and group them together based on what they seem like they go towards. I'm talking about just learning, just evaluating, and being okay with not being right all the time, and loving on yourself. Like, if we can't love on ourselves with all our flaws and foibles, how in the world are we going to be able to love anybody else, truly love and accept them? And how can we ever expect anybody to truly love and respect us and accept us with all of our flaws and differences? Flaws, I'm saying flaws in in a human sense, because we are who we are, but we need to be the first ones to accept ourselves. Not that we should be the worst that we can, that like the Bible says, and not where Paul says it's not a license to sin and to do the worst. It's just to see, like, this is the real me, and if I want something different, I gotta be different. But actually not just thinking about it, because we're talking about energies now, and thought is energy, yes, and emotion is energy, and action is energy. The thoughts and feelings need to turn into action, and that's the piece that a lot of people don't want to accept. You can't just think and feel your way into a new existence and reality. There has to be steps, because it's like the follow through. If you want to make a good free throw, you don't just push the ball up and let it fly. There's the part at the end of the throw where you let your hand follow through, and that's how you get the accurate shot. That's how you that's how you make the shot, is the follow through. It's the action part of it. So there's the prep, and where you're building up the energy mentally and emotionally, so thoughts and feelings linked together. And then there's action. If you want to think about it in terms of chakras, then there's the third eye chakra, where there's thoughts and intuitions. The heart chakra, where there's emotions, but then there's the solar plexus, where all the energy and the motive factor, the volitional factor, these have to be linked. You have to be holistically linked in setting what your goals are, and it could be it could start off with affirmations and just speaking it out into the world, that energy, and writing it down. These are actions that you're taking to bring your reality into the 3D. And then there might be other action steps that could be taken, and they don't have to be massive ones. Let's say for myself, I started a YouTube channel. There was a lot of stuff. There was a lot of thinking and ruminating and things, and wanting it to be so and everything. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let spirit guide me towards a name for my channel. What do I want my channel to represent? And then I actually had to pull the trigger and sign up for another channel. And then that was sitting like that for a while. And I'm like, well, I guess I should need to record some videos, and it's happening. It's slow, and it's at my pace, which I'm okay with. I mean, I'm not gonna be the next viral person, but I have a message. I just want people to heal from within, and to be able, once we heal ourselves, then we can contribute that healing eventually out into the world, which there's a lot of chaos and a lot of disharmony out here, and we can be part of the balm, the salve, the blessing that is bringing order out of chaos, And that creation, that's what creation is. And that's like it is a very feminine characteristic. That's part is something that, you know, I resonate with a lot. But also the masculine has its own creative energy as well. And it's the orderliness and the taking and making something out of what essentially seems to be nothing, but it really is energy. The energy for what we want is all around us. We have to harness it, and we can harness it in an energetic sense, and then bring it with our own thoughts, feelings, and actions into reality at whatever pace, you know, is right for us. Yeah, so that's a message that came to me. And then when I went to the cards, I was like, I bet you the Six of Cups is going to come up, and sure it did. But also the Star came out. So there's just a lot of hope. There's a lot of hope and a lot of potential out there. It's there for the taking. And the thing is, fear is an emotion as well. It's an emotion, and emotions are energy. And so you can lean into that, or you can lean into hope and excitement and an aspirational sense. It's a choice. It's a personal choice you make to make of your life what you call into it. And then I had the six of coins came out. So like balance and in financial sense, and equal give and take. And these are some of the hopes that we have. I know that I would love to, you know, be more abundant financially. I think all of us do. And then, you know, well, actually the first card that had come out was the Five of Cups. So like a regret or a feeling of a missed opportunity and things. And that was exactly what I was feeling. I was like, I'm spending time with all these people that are kind of just stuck in the 3D. And of course, this is the energy that I was feeling. I'm like, but that's not me anymore. Like, I just don't feel this way. I feel like there are limitless possibilities out there. Okay, maybe, you know, I won't be the next viral thing, but it could be. I mean, nothing is impossible. It just depends on the kind of energy work that we want to be willing to put in. And then it was great. It's always great to see the Empress, that the abundance, that taking, like just having it all together. This is a potential, you know, a come, but it's also who you are. You have to live in that energy. Like, this is who I am, and I have all of the elements, you know. So the element of fire, which is like inspiration and movement and passion, water, emotion and creativity, earth, stability and wealth and abundance, and air, you know, intellectual thoughts and, you know, control of the mind. And that's the Empress embodies all of these. And then the Four of Wands, which is like home and stability, and just establishing a foundation. So it was kind of the energy that I thought, you know, the past came up, but then also a lot about just the future and hope. And I really, you know, it's really encouraging, and I just want to give you that encouragement as well. The past is what it is. You can, you know, do energetic work to change the way that you conceptualize the past, so that it's equipping for you and empowering, and not, you know, a destabilizing force. It's what you choose. We have a lot more power over our own outlook, our own perspective. I have this friend that is always saying perception is reality. So just perceive things as being what this is what I've done. The past had made me what I am today, and if I'm gonna like it, I'm gonna like who I am, and I'm gonna just keep on trying to be the best version of myself out there, for myself, for my children, for the rest of the world as well. Is the other way is just not helpful or healthy at all. So let's do this other thing and see where that takes us. It's been like 2 years since I've been on this journey, and honestly, I've never been happier in my life. Just feeling like I have a purpose and a mission, and it's like so fulfilling. So I'm gonna leave you with that, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye, my lovelies.